Okay, so what are we talking about here today, guys? Welcome back to an episode of the news. So you may have seen this video here from Av McCree. So he released a video earlier called Serato Sample 2.0 has evolved sampling again. And essentially he's leaking a Serato Sample 2.0 beta, I believe. And from what I've heard, he wasn't supposed to post this. Got an inside scoop here. This was not supposed to be posted here. I'm debating whether or not we should watch it on stream. So essentially in Serato Sample 2.0, they added like stem splitting, I believe. Hell yeah, watch it. I'm not under contract, that's true. And they didn't send me it anyways. Now, the first thing I think is funny about this is who the hell would trust Av McCree? You're insane to trust Av. You trust this guy? You sure about that? This is the man that literally, what was it, a month ago? He posted the worst fucking comparison test here. He couldn't even do it right. I don't trust BWB. I don't trust BWB either. I don't trust BWB or Av. And some of my detractors may say, well, it's because they're black. No, it's because they're shady. It's because they're shady. I don't hate Av, but I do think he makes a lot of short-sighted decisions. And leaking a Serato Sample 2.0 is definitely one of those. Yeah, I do like Av more than BWB. BWB is like a manipulator. It pays off. Leaking something does pay off. You get some views, you get some likes. It's fine for me to show this because he already leaked it. I feel like that's fair game.
Previously, in the producer community, Serato DJ and
I never heard of anyone say producer community until BWB said it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Serato Studio has stems. Why don't we have stems? Wah!
This guy's a comedian.
Well, it turns out that Serato was listening to you guys the whole entire time. For your information, I did get this from Serato. Serato reached out to me and they wanted me to check it out.
I can't believe they did that. I mean, I'm not saying that they didn't. I just can't believe they did that. Like, I would look at this guy's channel and some of the stuff he's posted recently. I'd be like, no, this seems like a risky business maneuver. No. Apparently they had a whole rollout plan planned, and they apparently this all fucked it up. I mean, I guess it's like kind of good because it'll sneak preview it for some people, but it also gives like the competition like a heads up. I don't know who's Serato Sample's competition, but I'm sure they have some.
But to spread the word, because a lot of people were talking about not having stems in Serato Sample. However, I do not.
I mean, it makes sense they did this too if you think about it, because Serato DJ, they added a stem feature too, so I could see why Serato Sample would have it.
Know about a release date, we'll know, and this is a beta.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna clip this the second we're done streaming, and I'm posting my reaction, just boom, immediately. Not even gonna make a thumbnail, just again, we're getting this out the second we can.
Version, so certain things could
Anyways.
change. Certain things could be improved, just in case, you know, something might crash and be weary. I'll tell you right now, from my testing, I haven't experienced any crashing. Which
I mean, come on, like how Serato Sample is really basic. I mean, are we really worried about crashing with this? I'm not saying it's not possible, but I feel like it's not the most intricate software either.
It's a good thing. And the workflow is pretty awesome. So the sample that we're using is this right here. And I think it's very appropriate. You can find it at 16levels.com as we are.
Always with the self-promo here, man. Buy my shit. Buy my motherfucking shit. Sorry. Serato Sample 2.0, by the way.
Hip hop, as we should. The link will be in the description box, and you can use the code 50HIPHOP to get 50% off of your purchases. Check us out. Nothing but soul. So again, let's just drag the sample over, and we'll drop it in the Serato Sample. What I'm gonna do is just show you some preliminary.
Where can I buy your shit? Oh, that's easy. The merch store. Check out the merch store if you have it. Check out weaverbeats.com/kits.
Stuff. What I usually do is set random over here at this part of the screen, and then that will chop up the sample itself as long as you press that. But you know me, I have to add drums first. That's how I work.
Drum kit sounds like trash. Is this from 16 levels too? Oh god, wait, I'm covering his face. There we go.
And now for the sample chops.
Bro, this guy just abuses reverb, man. I was about to say, hope this ain't his kit. For real, for real.
Well, if you don't know what's going on, let me explain real quick. Just like I mentioned earlier, this features the new Serato stems option inside of Serato
Damn, I'm not gonna lie, that is fire though.
sample, which was highly requested. This sample in itself, if I was to play it from the very
Yeah, these drums are not hitting right at all.
beginning, and I will, actually has drums in it. So I muted the drums.
He's a trackpad user. I 100% don't trust him. True.
I'm pretty sure that you guys are very excited about this. I mean, this is a pretty big deal. So again, if I'm playing the sample, I can remove certain
I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world. It's just a workflow enhancer at the end of the day.
aspects of it too as well. Like not just the drums, but maybe the bass. And perhaps you don't want to go through filtering or anything like that, but you
Have Please Buy Me Dinner first if you're gonna look at me like that. True.
just want the pure melody. Well, you have that option. And then you can go over here and remove that as well. And if it had vocals in it, you can either isolate or take away vocals. There's no vocals in this track clearly, so that function does not have its place. But as you can see, it is pretty phenomenal.
Damn, that is dope. If somebody's serious about getting stems, they're not using this. I don't know. It sounds pretty G to me. I mean, like, it's not really a big difference in using like RipX or something like that, though. But it is like a workflow enhancer for sure.
1000% sure that there are people out there that will say, man, well, I love Slice X, and I hope you're not one of them. Or you might be in a different DAW like Ableton Live where the sampler itself is pretty damn decent. But here are the things that I want to highlight for you guys. So the biggest highlight of Serato sample in general over other samplers is intuitiveness and easy workflow.
Can I be suing them for using stem drums from songs? I've kind of wondered that. I don't think there's copyright law based around that at the moment. I'm sure it still is you're still using something from it though. We haven't seen something like that go to court yet though, I believe. There's no precedent for it.
So let's go ahead and play the sample again and we'll talk about it. So one of the things that I must highlight is the algorithm for time stretching. As you can hear, even with me using the stems itself, the audio quality is second to none.
Yeah, Serato sample does have a really good time stretching algorithm.
And I'm gonna go up in tempo to something more ridiculous.
Rhythmic patterns can't be copyrighted, but the recording of it can be, and you are isolating a part of the recording. So,
and as you can
yeah, I figured it's probably okay to react to DiBiase.
hear, it's
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here.
no alien.
I didn't get the leak, so I'm watching the leak. I'm just watching it. It's fine. I'm just watching it.
Aliasing or a little to no aliasing. I will say that the quality is second to none, if not the best in the industry. The other thing, clearly, is the stems.
The time stretching on Serato sample is like fire, dude.
Like bringing that stuff in, taking stuff out of your sample, just opens up the ideas. And that is something that is unapologetically Serato. The other thing about this, you have a undo button, which counts for something. And then you have two different...
I feel like I started the whole discourse about undo buttons. I feel like nobody was talking about undo buttons before that. Like, what?
Playback modes. One, the hold mode.
Plugin Police brought the undo button discourse to the front and center.
Which is not normally what people use for sampling, but this right here, the trigger mode, is.
Weaver walks so plugins can run. Hey, do you guys have any ideas what plugin I should review next? Because like I only want to review plugins that are either really good or really bad. If they're okay, like I don't want to do it.
That's more like the MPC or any confident.
Help me, Devon said it. True.
Sampler on the market right now, and I said confident instead of competent. You also have mono and poly, so if you wanted to use one shots, well,
I'd rather see you cook on this instead. True. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get sent one. The thing is, if you send me a copy of something and you tell me there's like an embargo date, I will stick to that. Okay, I have in the past. I've never leaked anything, so I can be trusted. If you're listening, Serato, I could be trusted. Did you review HMD? Is that his EQ? Yeah, I did that already.
Help you out there.
I haven't seen that many interesting plugins lately. I was thinking about doing that one from In the Mix, but there's like, it's such a nothing burger.
And then the other thing that I like to highlight right over here is the keys. So we already know that this sample is an F minor, but it's been tuned down 2 semitones.
Review Arcade. I think Arcade's kind of decent. I think I did do a review of Arcade a long time ago. I think Arcade's decent though. I think the worst thing about Arcade is actually their ads. Their ads are like really corny, and I think that kind of gives them a whole bad vibe.
It's originally a G minor, and as you can hear, I can tune it up some more.
Unison needs to get to work and drop another plugin for us to laugh at. True.
And I still have that information, and that's valid information.
The worst thing about Arcade is navigation and discovery. That's really true. I agree with that. Sometimes some of the samples are corny, but you can utilize them in a way where it's very legitimate. Like I've made some like beats from them before that was actually like, oh, this sounds sampled and it's not sampled. I mean, it's sampled from Arcade, but it's not like a, an uncleared sample.
In today's production world. But let me go ahead and tune it back down to F minor.
Review every FabFilter products. Like I'd just be glazing them basically. Like I hate all these plugins that you got to pay monthly. I feel like it's warranted if it's something that they constantly update monthly. Like if they don't add monthly content, then it doesn't warrant the monthly subscription. So I feel like Splice is okay. Arcade is okay. I'm not sure what else there is. That one from Lander fucking sucks though. Lander Chromatic is trash. It's like, I did a review on Lander Chromatic. It's like they try to do Arcade, but they didn't look into all the details of the features that it actually has that make it good. Have you done an FL mobile review? No, I haven't. I did do one mobile review before. It was for Andrew Huang's Flip DAW. It is okay. It was okay. I kind of hate making beats on phones. I mean, I'm sure there's people that do like it. I know DiBiase likes doing that, but I just can't get into it. I don't know. I've tried Koala Sample. I tried all of them when I did the Flip review. Koala, I like Koala the most. I think FL Studio Mobile has like a really good composition section, but I find it really tedious to work on. I mean, I'm sure if you have like a MIDI controller or something, or if you have good samples on your phone, then like it's probably like a decent way to work. But if you're trying to like write something from scratch, it's kind of difficult. It's not impossible though. It's far from impossible.
Minor. You can confidently sync it. You can unsync it if that's not your thing. Like you don't want to use the time stretch algorithm. You can also do...
Yeah, I agree. Koala is definitely the one for sampling. It's cool for tablets. Yeah, I agree. Definitely good for tablets. Have you done a DAW review? Jane? Who's Jane? I think I did Ableton a long time ago, but I don't know if it was as in-depth as my reviews usually are now. Mobile DAW Shootout would be sick. I kind of did when I did the Andrew Huang Flip review.
Double time.
What the fuck is Beatmaker 3?
Which sounds a little insane. And then you can do halftime.
I feel like this is kind of just becoming a walkthrough of this right here.
Maybe I wanted to do that. Let's go ahead and add the drums back to hear how it flows.
I'm trying to figure out why these drums don't sound really good. I think it's a hi-hat.
And now let's bring it back.
I think it's just a sound selection.
The other thing that you could do,
Stiff.
Let's go ahead and remove those drums again. Get back to this smooth sample, is that you can select all of your chops. And why would you want to do
they add more buttons? Because I remember Serato's sample not having that many buttons or that many chop buttons.
that so you can mess with certain things like filter. You can also filter each chop individually too as well, but this is just something I wanted to show you.
I feel like he's going through every little feature. We don't need all this.
You can also level...
The only reason I'm interested is because it's something I don't have. It's had 32 for a while, huh? Maybe I gotta update mine.
Let's go ahead and check if you can double click. Can't double click, but who cares? You can also adjust...
Well, they should add that. They should probably add that. I think that's a good feature to have. It's pretty in-depth for something that isn't out yet.
That's the attack.
I'm about to skip ahead a bit. One thing I hate about YouTube videos is a lot of people try to stretch the amount of time they can get so they can get more ads. And like realistically, like if shorter videos did better, people would not be trying to like go through every little function of software. You know, the people wouldn't be trying to like show the attack, release, the filtering.
icon, which normally means quantize. And I'm wondering if that is similar to like how DAWs work. If you turn quantize on or whatnot, does it make the sample
You tell us, man. Come on.
quantize to a certain key, or does it quantize the chops itself? I don't know for sure, but we'll find out momentarily. Now, again, I just want to remind people, you know, maybe you might see this video a little later or whatnot, but I'm using the beta version of Serato
Flex.
Sample 2.0.
It didn't come out. This is like a beta. I believe it's leaked.
And, you know, there are supposed to be some things that might be added, some things that might change upon release, and I don't know about the release date, but as far as what I've tested out within the limited amount of time that I've had with this, everything seems sound. Like all the normal stuff is fine. They didn't change anything, which is cool. I didn't expect any changes outside of the Serato stems implementation, and I kid you not, it's just as good. Now, for different people, you will have different results depending on your computer. Clearly, the stems feature itself can be CPU intensive. Same thing with the time stretch algorithm in Serato Sample. So if you don't have a well and equipped computer for computer music at this time, I recommend that you invest in yourself and get a adequate computer for the job.
Or if you're buying a new computer for Serato Sample 2.0, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. What's with the camera angle, mine or his?
Computer is about 2-3 years old, and it didn't really struggle that much, but it took a second for the actual calculations of the stems so it could break it down in stems, but it wasn't long enough to where it took like me out of the creative process. And that's one thing.
I think his camera angle needs to be a little bit higher. I mean, mine is not perfect either. People's camera angles sometimes are dependent on their setup. Like for instance, I can't put my camera any further back because the monitor's in the way. I have an ultra wide monitor.
I do recommend that people do check out Serato Studio. I think it's slept on, even though that has nothing to do with this video itself. But you know, Serato Sample is here.
We restart your OF to get your laptop for Serato. I already got my laptop for Serato. I mean, OnlyFans. Acting like Serato Studio 2.0 is going to be running, like 4 contact instruments. Yeah, it's not really that. I mean, at least from what I can tell, it doesn't seem that intensive. Like, it's not. I don't know. Sometimes people will complain about CPU intensity on things where I'm like, really?
And you have stems inside the Serato Sample, and I think everybody is happy about that, or will be happy about that. Leave a comment below and let me know. To the right of me, I got more content for that ass. Make sure that you subscribe. Serato Sample 2.0 stems. Well, we made it, guys. We did it.
We made it, guys. Hey, wait, did my thing? Oh, my thing froze, dude. Am I frozen, guys? Okay, hold on a second. I don't know why it does that. I don't know if it's my cam link or what. Okay, there we go. All right, we're G now. Complain about his camera angle. The mic gets all fucked up. All right, what are you guys thinking about Serato Sample 2.0? Is it the B2B Spy Us? You're frozen. Yeah, frozen the perfect reaction face. B2B DDoS. You literally froze after you said, am I frozen? Shouldn't have moved the camera angle, giving us perfect side eye. Caught a virus watching this nonsense. I mean, yeah, this video could have been half as long for sure. So is Serato Sample 2.0 going to... Is it going to cost extra or what? I think sampling is trash and just lawsuit madness. I mean, you don't have to sample things that are uncleared though, but not a bad application. Can't wait for this update so I can stop using La 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 AI. I don't like La 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 AI. I mean, it's okay though, but I'd rather use Ripback. What is that other one? Ultimate Vocal Remover? Ultimate Vocal Remover is free. UVR is really good. Yeah, I was surprised, especially with that name. I'm not sure the release date. A lot of people can use tracklib or even somatic samples and chop them. Yeah, you can use loops too and chop them too. I feel like people think loops people just